Welcome to the Pretty and Profiting Show, your favorite show for branding, beauty, business, and the truth of how to be a boss lady and build your empire. Pause the show right now and grab your seat at prettyprofitsgift.com and enroll into the free 21-day e-course to build a brand that people crush on, gossip about, and buy from. And now, your host. She is the fierce money-making brand strategist and creative freaking genius, Nicole K. Lundy.
Hello, Pretty and Profiting Posse. Welcome to another episode of the Pretty and Profiting Show. Today, we're talking about how to systematically attract your perfect clients. So we're all in this together. We have to have a plan for identifying, targeting, and nurturing prospects through a funnel until they become paid clients. And, there's a different timeline for each individual person for when they pull the trigger and say, hey, it's time. I need to work with you. But on the same time, as a business owner in your back end, as you're strategizing and course correcting your business on a regular basis, you have to go back to the drawing board at least every quarter to identify who your perfect client or customer, whatever you call them, who they are. What do they care about? So going back to their profiles of their age, their gender, their income, their occupation, their marital status, their family situation, their hobbies, their interests. And then if you do serve people who own their own businesses, as an example, you want to look at what industry they're in, what's their revenue, results and targets that their business is achieving or is projecting to get, their location, number of employees. All of this matters because who you served in the last 90 days to 6 months or even a year may not work going forward. You have to always go back to the drawing board to see how you can improve and who really is your perfect client. It's not a static thing, you see, because it changes. As the marketplace changes, as you evolve as the CEO of your business, who you attract and who you serve best also changes. So when you regularly go back to the drawing board and update the demographic profile of your perfect client, you want to get clear on what is the problem that your business solves. And you need to be specifically clear. If you are a relationship expert, the problem you solve is helping single mothers fall in love and get married, even with having previous children, be specific in that problem. It's not a problem for everybody who falls into this category, but it's a problem for some because they feel, there's some transformational work that needs to happen for them to get to the point. And it happens, I love to use copywriting as an example. I don't know why, it just comes to my head. But if you're a copywriter and you help people sell with words on their page, that's the problem that you solve for people who have a website that's doing absolutely nothing for them. So you want to get clear on the problem. Now, there's a lot of advice out there on, figuring out what keeps your ideal customer up at night. And I see the validity in this question, but I feel like not everybody with a problem is up at night. A lot of times people are tolerating whatever the problem is. They've learned to deal with it, even though it's difficult and challenging. So on your side as an entrepreneur, you want to be clear on what the critical problem is that's literally driving your prospect and ideal client almost insane. Like they're literally on the brink. Next, you want to be clear on why your company is the best. So your company is not the best because you had 20 years experience in, HR industry and blah, blah, blah. Your company is the best based on the results you've gotten previous clients. That's how you prove you are the best. Now, I understand as your business is evolving, some of the testimonials you may have gotten in the past may not be relevant to where your business is going. Use them anyway. Or you can also consider getting beta clients to test your new programs, products, services in exchange for them giving you a relevant testimonial that proves why your company is the best. Next is you want to learn your pitch, and then you want to test your pitch. So it's like a two-part activity. So when you want to come up with your pitch and test it, testing it is, when you meet people and they're like, oh, what do you do? Blah, blah, blah. Test your pitch, whether it's at a grocery store, whether it's you deliberately going to a networking event just so you could practice your pitch to real people who may or may not be your ideal client. Always be aware to see what resonates, what triggered people to take an action. If you say, I help women in business get seen, get heard, and get paid, and I do this through my simple brand packages, which is one of my pitches, I tested that at a few events and tweaked it because I wanted to get clear on what was the trigger point that my ideal clients needed to hear for them to want more information to possibly become a client. So always be testing your pitch and practicing your pitch in real time and see what triggers and have it ready to go. Always have different versions of your pitch because you never want to sound like a robot. Always know your points, going back to the critical problem that your business and brand solves for your customers and why your company is the best. Don't be afraid to throw in testimonials. Like, my last client, went from A to Z, in the first 6 weeks of us working together. We'll be right back. Today we're talking about how to systematically attract your perfect clients. It's time to get bold and get your brand out there in a big, smart way. If you want more clients, a waiting list in fact, the exact tools to make more money with your programs, to become the celebrity in your marketplace, generate more business opportunities to showcase your expertise, a zealous community of people in your tribe, and to make more money, I created the Monetize My Brand program to do exactly that for your business. Listen, the world is hungry for real, authentic brands that not only transforms their life, but impacts generations to come. Go to prettyprofits2015.com today and enroll. So today we're talking about how to systematically attract your perfect clients. So after you've done a little legwork and behind the scenes work so that you are always clear on the exact critical problem that you solve and why your company is the best, and also crafting your pitch from the first two steps, you want to be clear on where your perfect client is. So depending on, your schedule, where you live, when I'm on the East Coast in New York, there's so many options of networking events, conferences to go to on a weekly basis. When I'm on the West Coast, I'm more in a country, rural area, and it takes some real effort to get to an event on a regular basis. So I have two complete different strategies based on what coast I'm at at that particular time. But I have to be clear, if I'm online more when I'm on the West Coast, what Facebook groups is my target client hanging out in? LinkedIn groups? Are they on Instagram? Are they on Google Hangouts somewhere? Are they listening to podcasts? At the same time, if I'm on the East Coast and going to more live events in person, what type of events are my ideal clients going to? You have to be clear and take this into your business. So if you are, on Eventbrite or Meetup, researching events for you to speak at or attend, really go back to the work you've done behind the scenes on the problem you solve, why your business is the best, and your pitch, and see, do some digging. See who's going to be there, who's RSVPing, see what type of business they are, and really it honestly is really trial and error, but really go with your gut on, is this where my ideal clients are? And sometimes it may be a small group of people and, 30% of them may be your ideal clients. it may be worth it if you know you can, on average, you close 10 to 12% of the people you meet at events. So you have to have a plan for marketing to your prospects, to people that you know are your perfect clients. So advertising, Facebook ads is huge right now, and it's getting a lot of business owners, including myself, a lot of results in terms of getting people on your funnel list and actually making a lot of sales into an automated program or even one of your one-on-one programs. But you don't want to go into a platform like Facebook and not know what you're doing, and then you end up losing your shirt, spending hundreds of dollars on ads with no results. So you want to learn from an expert, take a class. There's a lot of them out there, and have a strategy going into advertising. I personally feel like a lot of print advertising is not as dynamic as online at the moment, but depending on your industry, it may be best for you. Now, you want to have email campaigns. A lot of people are like, well, I don't have a lot to say. You have a lot to say. Talk to your list as if you're talking to your friends. Next, you want to do some search engine marketing, search engine optimization. It's not the sexiest phrase in the world. It's absolutely not the sexiest activity, and I'm telling you this firsthand experience, but it's necessary to see what your target audience is searching, typing into Google. That way, you can structure your content marketing, your website content, your social media marketing, your videos on YouTube, whatever you're doing, you can structure it around what your target audience is already searching. Don't go far left and be too creative that nobody's finding you. You want to have a blend of your special sauce and what people are searching for so that both of you can meet each other. So you have to always be grounded with any activity that you're doing, specifically for filling your pipeline. You must be clear and stand in your power that you have a problem that you can solve. You must be clear that the target audience that you're going after has the money and motivation to pay you. And you have to have a plan for asking for the sale. So referrals. I talked in another episode about, how to get more loyal clients, and it's all about setting up a reward system. But give people an incentive to give you referrals. It's an old adage that referrals and word of mouth are the best things to happen, but sometimes it doesn't happen. People are busy. They're not really waking up on a Monday morning and like, I have to, find 10 people to send to Nicole today because I just love her. They may love me, but that is not top on the agenda, and I can't expect them to have it there. So what incentive can I have to get referrals on a regular basis? And lastly, when we're talking about how to systematically attract your perfect clients, is that you have to be in the business of education marketing. You have to position yourself as the expert, as the authority, as the leader in your space, and teach, train, educate your target audience. Prove to them that you are knowledgeable, that you can be trusted, and that they like you, because some will like you, some won't, because in teaching, in education marketing, your real personality comes out. You may start out stiff and stoic, but after a while, because, maybe because it takes a lot of effort, you just, the layers start peeling away and people start seeing the real you. And that really only applies for people who, are a little apprehensive about training and teaching. They kind of like stiffen up a bit. But if you've done it for a while, I'm sure you would agree that, the best way to do it, the best way to be consistent about it, is to just be you and let your brand personality shine through. So that's it for today's episode, how to systematically attract your perfect clients. I want to hear from you. What are you doing to get referrals? What incentives are you going to offer? What education training are you going to offer to your target audience? And what is the problem that you solve? Make sure you post it. I want to hear from it. Log in to Facebook, post in the Pretty and Profiting Posse group, and I will reply. Talk to you soon. Bye. Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Pretty and Profiting Show. Now, I want you to join the Pretty and Profiting Posse over on Facebook. It's simple to join. Just go to Facebook, type in Pretty and Profiting in the search box, and click join. Hurry, we're waiting on you. Until next time, stay pretty and stack those profits.